It's time for Shakespeare's Shameless Self-Promotion Happy Hour. And if you're wondering, why is the music changed, Shakespeare? It's because that's our musical guest tonight. Longstocking of the Fiddletree of Fiddler's Tales. You can find her at facebook.com/Fiddler's Tales. And also, you can send her some coins. Yes, it is a fantastic and wonderful night here on Shakespeare's Coffee Break, because tomorrow, I said coffee break, happier. I don't even know what show we're doing. So, we're going to have a great time raising our glasses, lifting our elbows to dear old Shakespeare. Tonight, of course, we have, as my guest, almost as always, my dear friends, the Zenith players, Claire and TJ are here. Oh my God. They're here to talk about Saturday's show, the second chapter of The Wheel of Shakespeare, where they're doing A Midsummer Night's Dream. What will happen? 10 actors, 10 possible themes, 10 minutes to prepare. Nobody knows what will happen. So it's going to be a fantastic and good time. And hello, I'm your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare. Are you enjoying the show so far? We're starting it off with different music. It's fiddle music. It makes you want to dance, which I can't do properly because I'm sitting in a chair. But my hair is floppy tonight, and I'm not altogether hating it. Like, I'm not going to do that out in the world because, you know, wind and blowing. But just right here in a stagnant air environment, it swings around, and it's kind of fun. And I'm like, what? I'm like an insane person. It's cool. That's great. But I hope you are having a great time and a magical week that you've happened. And since this is Thursday, it is time to start raising our glasses, to have a toast, and to enjoy each other as people. And so I have two of my nearest and dearest friends, especially since this last year has happened, Claire and TJ, the artistic director and technical director of the Zenith Players. They are here to share the joy that is a Thursday night. And also Shakespeare's birthday. Freaking A! Yeah, Shakespeare's birthday. Yes! How are you doing tonight, dear friends?
We're good. We're having a good time. We're excited to be here. And yeah, I wish that I could say that I coordinated Wheel of Shakespeare with Shakespeare's birthday. But
yes.
Much in the theme of Wheel of Shakespeare, things just happened to work out like they did. So
yeah, absolutely. Like, I am performing at Pixelwick, the virtual Ren Fair, tomorrow. Kathy was dancing. Her feet were dancing while riding home on the bus. Well done, Kathy, because Mel is great. I mean, she is a Longstocking of the Fiddletree, so she's fantastic, and I'm glad that she made you dance. I'm performing tomorrow night at Pixelwick on Shakespeare's birthday, and I'm like, that is so appropriate. Yes, I love this, and it made me very happy and excited. Only problem being travel, because Fridays are largely now travel days for me to get from home to a Renaissance fair, and if I'm performing, it makes it harder to travel. This is only the first time this year I'm going to be doing this to myself. There's at least 2 more occasions when I'm going to be doing this to myself, where I'm performing in one place when I should be traveling to another. Oh yeah.
How are you?
Oh yeah. I'm hoping that I can have a transporter accident, much like in the Star Trek Next Generation Season 6 episode Second Chances, wherein it turns out Commander Will Riker, 8 years previously, when he was Lieutenant Will Riker, was split in twain through a remarkable confluence of electromagnetic fields, spatial anomalies, and transporter windows. And the pseudoscience of the transporter basically split him, but didn't do a Jim Kirk to him, where it was, here's the good personality and the dark personality that all need to be together. It was, nope, here's Riker and here's Riker. Yep. So I'm hoping something like that can happen. So I go to Connecticut and then also perform in Pennsylvania. I think that would be good. Which one of me will get to drive my Subaru Impreza? I don't know. Hopefully me. And that is my story. I've probably put the entire internet to sleep there.
No, I was just thinking of when Cap saw the other Cap, and then there was a whole like Cap debacle in Endgame. And
yeah.
When they discovered that, or that's when Steve officially came to the realization of who he was, and that he did have America's ass. So
I was wondering if you were going to say it, because if you didn't, I certainly was. Also, I enjoy that TJ is sitting just far enough behind you to look not so much like he is with you at this moment, but like
it looks like he's so far away, doesn't it? In the meantime,
it doesn't. He looks very far away, but it's almost like, can I get you anything, Ms. Bohanec? Like he's your PA. And he's just a kid trying to make his way in show business. That's all that happy stuff. So oh goodness. So what's new with the two of you? What's new? Claire Bohanec and TJ Rice, now artistic director and tech director of the Zenith Players, respectively.
We're keeping busy. We're kind of keeping an eye out for the way theater's moving right now. The interesting thing is a lot of the actors that have joined the Zenith family are from all over the world. So while other theater groups are like, oh yeah, we're going to be back up and we're going to be in person with our shows, I'm sitting here like, that doesn't necessarily work for us. So we're really like trying to figure out, like, do we just keep going as we have been online, so that way we keep progressing with just building on to our international community, or do we kind of scale that back a little bit as we reopen live shows in New Jersey? So it's kind of weird.
I totally get that, because both with doing like shows like this and my morning shows of either writing sonnets with Shakespeare or Shakespeare's Coffee Break, it's like I know I'm going to have to pare back some in order to just not be working 24/7. But I don't know how much, and also where can I maybe pre-record and then upload, and then so it's just like, oh, you still have the shows from me and when I have previously promised them. But also I like doing Zoom-based theater, at least readings. So yeah, I will miss greatly playing with actors in Australia, in California, in Great Britain, in Germany, in the Netherlands. I'm going to miss that a lot, and I get majority of it through you. So if only as a personal favor to me, please keep one a month.
Yeah.
And yeah.
No matter how quickly we go back to, in-person shows, I don't think online theater is ever going to go away now that it's
no.
It's obviously, like everything, it's going to change and evolve, and that's how time works. But
that's how time works.
Yeah, we're not just gonna, all right, we're opening a show in 3 months. All right, no more online readings. we're not going to do that, because we have such a huge community of people that we don't want to just cut off for no reason. It's not the hugest undertaking to hop in Zoom and read a play. So
yeah,
there's no reason we can't still do it.
No, it's not. It's not the hugest, as you put it, undertaking, but also it's possibly going to be a little bit easier in some regards of broadcasting maybe a show through Zoom, but potentially in some cases not using a national or international cast, but just the people in the room. So if you have, let's say, a rehearsal for 12th Night in Antarctica, and you have everyone there physically in the room where it happens, then in the room where it happens, you can put it into the Zoom where it happens and put that out onto Facebook. And you can almost stage it like a more traditional Reader's Theatre of just everyone set up at a microphone. And there's maybe one camera, possibly two or three even. Like here's camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, and we're just toggling back and forth of what's going where, and treat it like a genuine staged reading of stuff. And I think that could be a fun way of doing it. And then you can really have like the one and done aspect that we've been doing with it, but the electricity that can happen betwixt actors for scenes.
Yeah, we're really looking into ways that we can also make it interactive with an audience in terms of being online. So even if it's somebody manning comments, and we were able to do something like that, where we can have, in my ideal world, making Wheel of Shakespeare live and being able to do things like that where it's like a whole cast, but you see the chaos behind it. I love just kind of being able to pull back the curtain on the theater experience and what it takes to make a show a little bit. So you could see actors like hoarding props before a show starts or something like that. And just kind of really make it a little bit more of a community experience, an interactive experience with the audience. I'd love to find ways to do that and to make that work. So, yeah. Like,
if we're able to do a Wheel of Shakespeare live, wherein maybe we have scripts in hand, or even maybe we've rehearsed, and I'm including me in this. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if you've noticed that. You have everybody rehearse it. And it's like, okay, cool. We've rehearsed it one time this way. Next, everybody rotate one character. All right, so boom, just like go down the list. Now, Shakespeare, you are Don John. TJ, you are Don Pedro, and Claire, you are now Benedict. All right, and we do it, and so you run through a whole bunch of rehearsals so that everyone is at least passingly familiar with the entirety of the show and playing the different characters. But it's also fun with these 10-person casts that you're doing of doubling up on roles and whatnot. Sometimes somebody's talking with themselves, which all sorts of hilarity can ensue with that. But it reminded me of when I was in a production of Much Ado About Nothing years and years and years ago with Harrisburg Shakespeare, now Gamut Plays, in Pennsylvania. And we did a small cast for Much Ado About Nothing. And Dogberry and Vergis were specifically Benedict and Beatrice to have the byplay, to keep that byplay going. And then other members of the Watch were Hero and Claudio, Don Page, and so basically anybody they don't interact with was fair game to come in, and that crew. So I think the sexton was goodness. Like we changed it just slightly so that the sexton could be either Don Pedro or Signor Leonardo, and so most of the cast was in there. Oh no, Don Pedro was, I think, the only person who was not double cast, which was kind of fun that way. Don John was the sexton because he disappears.
Like, if we need to set a cast so that way everybody knows who they're playing, they get off book for it, and you just happen to be like, okay, here we go. And right before the show, you spin the wheel, and that's your theme for the night. And you just open 4 trunks full of props.
Oh yeah,
and that's what everybody has to figure out what they're using.
Oh sure, because you could know the script, but how you approach your characters can change.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's superhero theme, and it's like, well, Don Pedro is very obviously Commissioner Golden. All right, cool. And it's like you're grabbing a trench coat, and there's always going to be someone like me or Andrew Weber, though, who would continuously like wear an Under Armour version of a superhero shirt, so that there'd be a Batman or
Just
a Lantern
on the
or a
off
Superman.
chance.
Just on the off chance that would happen. And it's just like, all right, cool. Like, and you just have random things. It's like, we're going Star Wars. Here's my Han Solo look. I mean, it's just like, we're just going modern. My Han Solo look still kind of works. Okay. I'm just like, these boots I got to be a superhero or Han Solo, or possibly a soccer mom in Vail, Colorado. I mean, it could.
That's a list of themes for next time.
Right?
Soccer moms.
It's good. Write it down. It's good. Write it down.
Oh my gosh! But so I absolutely adore these concepts. Now going back into some of the benefits of Zoom, Janine Rinker says it's interesting trying to participate in international conferences or whatever, because many more people can attend, but time zones are an issue. So that being said, hello, I know you're watching, Mr. President of the United States, Joe Biden, with your international conference happening right now on global climate change. Hello, President Macron. Hey, President Xi, looking good there. Ah, Merkel. That's an interesting brooch you've added to your ensemble. I wouldn't go with it, but you know, you do you. You do you. You are the leader of the free world, after all. All right. So anyway, yep. I don't know why I felt the need to do that. Yep. All right. Janine Rinker continues. You should see if you can get in touch with members of No Holds Barred, disbanded Shakespeare in the Park company out of Steamboat Springs, Colorado. They were doing this live randomizing roles. Yeah, it's that is a thing very much has been done before. We
What a good name.
Yeah.
No Holds Barred, right? Yep. When I was a baby actor working with the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair, the one show we did, it was called Shakespeare's Bloody Best. People kept getting sick or hurt or whatever, so everyone just started having to learn kind of everybody else's roles out of necessity, not out of artistic vision. And so we just started flipping a coin. Who wants to play what every night? And then we would roll a die. And just every day, we never actually spun a wheel, but that would have been amazing. But we would roll a die. Who's playing who's playing what? And then we started changing themes up. And it was fun and ridiculous because everybody was, at the very least, conversant enough in each of the parts.
That
all you needed to do was like glance at the cheat sheets.
We were in a production of the Canterbury Tales, the RSC version script of it.
Very nice.
And it started off where, like, he was a lead from the beginning. It was fine. I started off with, like, 2 decently sized roles. And based on the people that either got fired or quit, I kept climbing. I just kept collecting roles. One tale I wasn't in. And I wound up being like principal female. I was out there with the lead cast because I just kept collecting roles one by one.
That's like when Steve Anderson and I did Canterbury Tales together 19 or 18 years ago. What was that? 2003, so 18 years ago. It's the musical version from the 1960s, and it sounds like it's from the 1960s. I mean, the music sounds psychedelic. You know it, very good. Oh, well done.
Isn't there a bossa nova from like A Knight's Tale or something? It's like, it's crazy.
So on that, The Knight's Tale. I see The Knight's Tale. I never saw it in theaters. I was against it. I'm like, I saw them. I was so like, you're doing a movie about jousting knights and you have We Will Rock You in it? No! Now I'm like, yeah, that's funny. That's funny, and it makes it approachable and not taking itself seriously. But young me was like, no! Anyway, I see Knight's Tale on home video. It was on VHS. I don't want to brag. But... it was on VHS and I'm watching it, and we had already done Canterbury Tales, and the Canterbury Tales Knight's Tale, like the musical, and huge chunks of the film with Heath Ledger, Knight's Tale, are so ridiculously similar. I mean, it's brilliant and beautiful, and I'm like, oh, this is good. Oh, Steve, by the way, was the knight in the Knight's Tale.
Ah.
Yeah, I was the squire. So basically, we were the two young and pretty male leads, and both of us were very pasty white boys.
TJ and I, we were Chanticleer and Pertalote, by the way, in Nun's Priest Tale. So TJ got to sing the song.
So we modified.
You know the song.
Yeah, we modified "I have a noble cock" to be "I am a noble cock." So I rooster mask and saying "I am a noble cock" and so on and so forth.
I was given a rooster to stuffed to bring up on stage, and I would nuzzle it and everything.
Have to specify now after we've had more than one chicken appear on your show.
I know. I mean, people deserve to know the truth. So I would bring up the rooster, and I'd be like, "Oh, hello." His name was Clarence, and I'd be like, "Hello, Clarence, hello." But high school students started booking our theater, and it was a semi-pro company. So sometimes community theater, sometimes paid. I forget if this show was paid or unpaid, but we had lots of high school English students and theater departments booking with us, so that we had to add more shows. We're like, do you guys want to add an extra week? We're like, can we? Because in regional theater, oftentimes you're running up against the next show. There's only a couple of dark weeks, and so luckily most of our set was real easy to move. So we had the other set up, pulled a black curtain in front of it, brought Canterbury Tales back out, and we did it. I want to say for almost 3 months. It was, just because we kept getting bookings from all of these high school and college programs. It was fantastic. It was grand, and I loved it. But so weird. The high school kids wanting to talk to us after the show, like, did you really say that on screen? On screen. Did you really say that on stage? It's like you saw me. You saw me sing those words.
And people think, it's Canterbury Tales. It's going to be dry and very proper. And I'm like, there is one show that I have had to run around the stage in a nude suit in. And it was not any of the modern stuff. It was Canterbury Tales.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, a show where I had to have on stage intimate relations with somebody was the Canterbury Tales.
Which tale was it? Because there's so many.
Oh, I think it was Squire's Tale. Was it Squire's Tale? No. Miller's Tale.
I was Allison.
Yeah. So
it was my fault.
Amen.
Amen.
And everybody saw my naked derriere. It was just like, okay. And I'm like, no, I'm not good with showing skin. Nope. No, I'm very self-conscious. I'm not sure if you know, but I usually wear very high starched collars. So including in your shows. But then the director said, come on, it's for comedy. And I said,
there you go.
Okay, you got me. And they gave me a dance. And they gave me a flesh-colored dance belt.
See, they gave me a flesh-colored nude suit, which was fine. It was fine. It had me covered from above the collarbone down to my ankles and all the way to my wrists.
I wore one of those as Baby New Year once.
It was terrible in that, it was like a size large and I was a size small. So I just looked like I had little rolls everywhere. It was not good.
You were an elephant child.
Yes. The problem with it also was that everybody that was in that play that had to appear naked got one of those nude suits, and one of the romantic partners in it was our friend Raphael, who was a black man, and he was given a nude suit that would be appropriate for me, where I'm so white I glow in the dark, okay? Like, and it was not good. It was not good. They had to order him a new one.
There was a failure of communication somewhere along the lines.
It's like, all right, cool. Let's get your skin tone and compare it against the catalog, whether it is a physical catalog or digital. Let's see. All right, hold your hand up to the screen. Thank you. Nope. Close enough. There we go. I was in a close enough because none of the flesh tone suits were translucent. Right. As am I. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, sweet. Well, so guys, gals, and non-binary gingerbread pals, we are going to talk more about wearing flesh-colored bodysuits in the Canterbury Tales and other things in just a few minutes. But first, we have another musical bit by tonight's musical guest, Longstocking of the Fiddle Tree. You can find her show on Facebook at Fiddler Tales. Here we go, where she's singing. Here we go, a waddling. Almost timed it up perfectly.
This is a song that I wrote. Called Here We Go a Waddling. I have not sung this song for a very long time, but it's a good song. It's a song about ducks and waddling. Here we go a-waddling with our webbed feet in any kind of weather, rain or snow or sleet. Webbed feet come to you, and to you a waddle too, and duck legs waddle all around you. Quack, quack, quack. We waddle here, we waddle there, we waddle everywhere. Come and waddle with us, waddle if you dare. Webbed feet come to you, and to you a waddle too, and duck legs waddle all around you. Quack, quack, quack. Waddling is all the rage, you'll see it on the streets. All the duckies do it with their webbed feet. Webbed feet come to you, and to you a waddle too, and duck legs waddle all around you. Quack, quack, quack. I've come to the end of my very silly song, so now I'm off a-waddling, and won't you come along? Webbed feet come to you, and to you a waddle too, and duck legs waddle all around you. One more time. Webbed feet come to you, and to you a waddle too, and duck legs waddle all around you. Quack, 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 quack.
Splash, splash. Because duckies in ponds.
They splash. So,
Splashy splash.
from Longstocking of the Fiddle Tree.
And her daughter.
My favorite daughter, my only daughter. Thank you.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Oh, that was adorable.
It was.
That was unexpectedly adorable. So she is Longstocking of the Fiddle Tree. You can find her on all the things, mostly Facebook. So you can find her on Facebook at Fiddler's Tales. Also, toss a coin to your fiddler at coffee.com/Fiddler's Tales. And you can also, if you don't feel like going through Coffee, but rather you want to pay her through PayPal, you can send her a tip on PayPal. Fiddler's Tales, Venmo, Perky Acorn Girl, for reasons, and also Cash App, $ Fiddler's Tales. One of my oldest friends in this industry, and near and dear to my heart, finally got her on the show. Had to pre-record her, but that's what she's doing. And as John Van Vliet is shouting, Rowan! Yes, that is a daughter, Rowan. So absolutely wonderful kid and everything. And I'm so glad to have her here on the show. Now, before I come back into my wonderful conversation with Claire and TJ, where we're talking about musical theater and all sorts of other weird things, let me just pay some bills real quick, because I have people that pay money for you to hear what they got. So up first, the Friends of the Colorado Northwestern Field Museum now accepting applications for their oh my god. Let me try again. Now accepting online applications for the summer digs of 2021. I'm going to put up the link right there that you can see it while I read some of this ad copy. Now, while many people only dream of taking part in a dinosaur excavation through Colorado Northwestern Community College, that dream can become a reality. Located in the heart of dinosaur country, CNCC offers you the chance to work alongside professional paleontologists to uncover fossils that have been buried for over 74 million years. During a 2-week session, you'll learn about paleontology by digging, brushing, and uncovering unique fossilized specimens. There's no experience required to take advantage of this amazing opportunity, only a passion for experiencing fossils up close and personal. Participants will also have the opportunity to earn college credit during the 2-week session. You can email Liz Johnson at elizabeth.johnson@cncc.edu or call 970-824-1119 for more information. What will you discover this summer? Tonight's show is also brought to you by the Shakespeare Yogi. Leonard Chilingarian, the Shakespeare Yogi, helps creatives develop authentic connection to balance and character by combining yoga with Shakespeare, accessibly and playfully. Virtual pay-what-you-can classes are available over Zoom on the first and third Sundays of the month. Excuse me. There's a recommended $5 donation for those classes, and all creatives of any kind are welcome. Virtual private lessons are also available by appointment. Private lessons are built to the individual needs and goals of the individual creative, and those lessons start at $50, and I want you to use code SHAKES.approved for a 50% discount. For more information, access, etc., please email Lena, the Shakespeare Yogi, at theshakespeareyogi@gmail.com, or send her a message on Instagram at the Shakespeare Yogi. Hey, Noni, namaste. Speaking of the Shakespeare Yogi, she has the latest show here on this channel, and that is called, amazingly enough, the Shakespeare Yogi. Yes, you can see the Shakespeare Yogi on Wednesdays. I have for that somewhere. There we go. Yes, Wednesdays, right here on youtube.com/ShakespeareApproves and my Facebook channel, facebook.com/ShakespeareApproves. Hey, Noni, namaste. Final ad to read out is for the Renaissance Stream Guide, your TV guide of online Renaissance festival entertainment. There are over 70 live streams every week with an accessible Google Calendar, plus a daily schedule post. Live music, belly dancing, play readings, yoga and fitness classes, comedy, art streams, demos, and more. Like and subscribe to them on Facebook at facebook.com/Renaissance Stream Guide. Find out what your favorites are doing, or discover someone new and exciting. Go, do the thing, do it. You know you want to. And friends, if you want to, ever just like sponsor the show or just whatever, you can always email me, Shakespeare@ShakespeareApproves.com. If you'd like to sponsor this show or Shakespeare's Coffee Break or writing sonnets with Shakespeare. So just let me know. I know a guy. Also, while we're here, buy a cup of coffee for your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare at coffee.com/Shakespeare. It's ko-fi.com/Shakespeare. I like money. It buys goods and services, also coffee. And you can become a Patreon of the arts at patreon.com/Shakespeare. Starting at $3, going all the way up to $30 tiers. Everyone gets the exact same rewards because money is tight for so many, and I want you all to get the weirdness, which includes digital copies of my album, Are You There, God? It's Me, Shakespeare, and my comic book, Julius Caesar, Beware the Ides of March of the Penguins. You'll also get copies of my scripts that I write for the social distancing players and random other things. You get access to other shows. It's a really fun, good time. But now let's come back with my guests. My habitual guest. I'm just going to start calling you my Andy Richters. Like, that is the name of your band, the Andy Richters.
I accept it.
Wait, would it be the Andy Richters or the Andy's Richter?
Interesting.
I
know.
It would be the Andy's Richter.
Yeah.
The Andy's Richter. All right, yeah.
Ah.
All right.
That's
All right. In that case,
Conan and the
And that-
Conan and the Richters.
what's that?
That's got to be a band name. Conan and the Andes Richter.
Conan and the Andes Richter. Yeah. Although the Andy Richters does sound like a band, if you put it that way.
Mm.
Yeah. But, all right, now for a really bad joke. We're going to head over to find out what's happening in the Andes. I bet you're wondering why I called you the Andes.
Lots of alpaca shearing.
This is so stupid. Why does anybody watch this show? I don't know. Is anybody watching the show? I don't know.
I mean, they do.
Yeah. Are we just doing this for us, for our own sakes? To keep from going mad?
Por qué no los dos?
To keep from going
Good answer. I like that answer. All right. So, as we are in Shakespeare month and we are approaching the great day tomorrow, April 23rd, people. Everyone's like, "Hey, Shakespeare's death day." No, I mean yes, but no, birthday. People are like, "Oh, we don't know when he was actually born." We're assuming April 23rd. Shut your face. So anyway, TJ, Claire, do either yes, you people I'm talking to in New Jersey. Now, you are in New Jersey. Claire. I can't tell if she's laughing because of frustration or laughing because she genuinely likes this bit.
It's fine.
Oh no, you're like, why is this my life? Why do I sit in this chair?
I'm
with
blinking
him here?
in Morse code into the camera. Like
you're blinking SOS. So Claire, TJ in New Jersey.
That's where we are.
Do either of you have a favorite Shakespeare play, or even do you do what I often do and say, well, do you want my favorite comedy, my favorite history, my favorite tragedy? So
King Lear.
King Lear, total, excellent, very good. And I have to ask why.
I feel that it was in terms of when Shakespeare was writing situations, when Shakespeare was writing epic battles or domestic arguments, things like that, he always would keep it kind of separate a little bit. You would so you'd have the domestic conversations that would take place in things like Merry Wives of Windsor. You'd have your epic Henry V battle moments, but where he truly made them come together, where it was a family situation that erupted into chaos of the battlefield, was King Lear. And it's where he made his epic and his domestic combine. And it just kind of became this beautiful moment.
Okay, that is an amazing and wonderfully thought out answer. I like that you were able to just extemporize. TJ, for you, same question. Do you have a favorite Shakespeare play? Do you need to cut it up based on the genre, and then what is it and why?
My favorite comedy, tragedy, and history are Titus Andronicus. In terms of off-the-wall ridiculousness, it does not get more ridiculous than Titus Andronicus.
No, it does not. And in terms of the history and the tragedy?
Well, it's allegedly a tragedy, but I mean, come on. It's absolutely absurd.
It's allegedly a history.
Takes place historically.
It's historical fiction. That much is certain. Oh, sweet God. All right. That is one of my favorite shows to do at Renaissance Fairs. I'm very much looking forward to being able to do that one again. I'm going to hold off on it for a while until I can figure out how to do it properly social distanced. Because what I would do is, I have this. I don't know why I have this. Yeah. But probably for this very reason. So, broken watch strap. So, for Lavinia, when they cut out her tongue, I have her hold a fruit by the foot, not a fruit roll up, fruit by the foot. So it just keeps going
So
longer.
it just rolls and rolls and rolls.
In her teeth, like so. So just gushing out. I have her put blood scarves on her hands, and then I'll ask her to hold a kitten. It's okay. Hold the kitten. Pet the kitten. It's all right. Nothing bad can happen when you pet a kitten. And she'll be holding it, and then I'll come up and I will smack it out of her hands and say, "You can't, because you got no hands." And it's a stupid bit that I will do to this poor girl or woman at least 3 times, sometimes 5.
That play is I love you, but that play is a nightmare, okay? Like, Titus
Yes.
Andronicus,
Oh.
not your version.
Oh, wonderfully ridiculous.
No, my version is a nut job nightmare because it's called Titus Andronicus, for
Yes.
kids.
Do you still kill the fly? That's the question.
No, I actually don't have the fly in there. I don't do the fly bit. Nor do I have Aaron in it. No, Aaron is not in it. It is it is. You don't need. But also, he's superfluous. He's entirely superfluous to the plot. I think he was there because one of Shakespeare's actors wanted to do blackface. Honest to God, I think that's the reason why. All to show diversity. And she's like, did we need to do that? I saw a production of the actual Titus Andronicus that entirely cut out Aaron the Moor. It was a multiracial cast.
But then how do you do the first your mother joke?
I don't remember if they did it or not, but also they entirely cut out Aaron the Moor. The play did not suffer for it. And a lot of his lines that were needed were given to other actors that could it was a heavy re-edited. It wasn't a rewritten, it was a heavy re-edited
Did they
show.
kind of expand on who does Tamara marry?
Saturday.
Saturninus.
Yeah. They must have expanded on his character.
A little bit, yeah. They basically gave him personality. Because he has none. So in my version, I call him Crappy Evil Emperor. Because it's just like, he's crappy, but he's evil. But he's got no personality. So it's like, hey! Andrew Weber, Andrew Gallos did it for mine when we did it over Zoom. And the great Catherine Gilbert was Lavinia. The entire show. And her roommate just getting stuff out of her hands the entire time.
I'm so
this is great.
picky when it comes to productions of Titus. Like, I feel like unless you're totally just kind of picking at it and taking the piss, like, it's very difficult to do straight.
Yeah, very much so. Drunk enough. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I'm almost at the point where you need to cast a dancer as Lavinia.
Yeah, that would be brilliant, actually.
Because I've seen 2 productions where Lavinia just doesn't learn to stop trying to speak. And eventually that would go away because she would come to the realization that she no longer can.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's through the body that she has to try and communicate. And that's, yeah.
Although
That's
you could
my
also
soapbox.
argue that because the play takes place in a rather compressed period of time, there's no reason to assume that she would attempt to stop trying to speak. But the way I do it,
her just screaming the whole time gets also really just aggravating.
oh yeah, real quick. In my version, it's she continually is being told to do interpretive dance. Maybe if you do interpretive dance. And, with the blood coming out of the mouth. Yeah. Having a dancer do it could be really good. Like have someone who's fantastic at Contemporary. John Kanofsky in the comments says, first off, symbols for happy birthday. Thank you, because it's Shakespeare birthday. Hooray! Oh, and going back to an earlier statement about llamas, Janine Rinker has a neighbor who keeps llamas for the purpose of keeping away his ex-wife. That would attract me personally. Like if I had an ex.
In the words of Starship Troopers, I would like to know more.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, when doing anything, always quote Starship Troopers. Neil
that can never go wrong.
Neil Patrick Harris as Dr. Mangala. Seriously. But John Kanofsky is saying that Nut Job Nightmare should be the title of a farce that Shakespeare needs to write. Maybe a noises off style farce with Shakespeare gone horribly, horribly wrong. I'm not averse to writing this. I am already though writing something else right now. So John, I'm gonna need to write this down real quick. Hold on. So Nut Job Nightmare. Let's do it.
That's it. It's as you like it.
Nightmare.
Oh no, it has to be one of the ones with the twins.
Okay. No, it would be Comedy of Errors.
Comedy of Errors.
Comedy of Errors. Noises off style farce. All right, there we go. And the thing is, I'm going to forget what this note means in a few days, and I'm going to look it up, and I'm like, oh, is that something I'm supposed to look up? And I'm like, I can't find anything about Nut Job Nightmare. Who wrote this? And someone said, you did in the future. It's like, but what was I gonna say? By the way, speaking of Shakespeare farces and Comedy of Errors, Big Business starring Bette Midler and Lily Tomlin. It is absolutely Comedy of Errors.
Wait, hold on. I have to go watch it. But like you said,
it's from the 19. It's from the 19.
And I was like,
it's one of my favorite movies from when I was a child in the 1980s. When I was a little kid watching this, it was a movie my mother and I could agree upon. And it's silly and phenomenal.
I will watch
basic
anything with Lily Tomlin.
Yeah, so Lily Tomlin and Bette Midler both play a pair of twins that get separated at birth, all right? Now, each of them, instead of being with, so 2 Lily Tomlins and 2 Bette Midlers, there are 2 sets of a Lily Tomlin with a Bette Midler. Each of them thinking that they are twins with the other. And it's basically Country Mouse and City Mouse. And thus you have Comedy of Errors.
Okay, but like Bette Midler is already super high on my list of people that I adore. And Lily Tomlin is so high on the list of just something controversial is Lily Tomlin's character in The West Wing is better than Mrs. Landingham.
No. Lily, no. Yeah, Mrs. All right. What did she become? She was Debbie Frederer.
Frederer.
Yeah, Debbie Frederer. So Mrs. Landingham is entirely different. Mrs. Landingham is great because Josiah Bartlett had been with her forever, and you knew that in moment 1 of The West Wing when you first meet her. In the pilot episode. You know she's special, and she was special in our hearts and everything because it was just, oh, she's been here from the beginning and she's been with them. And so anytime there was a flashback and they show Mrs. and they get an excuse to bring in Doris Wooston to be Mrs. Landingham again, it's like, oh, there's Mrs. Landingham, even though I adore Debbie Frederer. And one of the things I love is that she's talking about in her job interview with the President of the United States, raising llamas and smoking pot, and that she's high as a kite at this moment. And then he gets mad at Charlie, and he's like, who is this nut job?
But she's so good. I love her.
Yeah, no, she is a genuine delight, and absolutely adore her. And I love her
from that show.
And I love her interactions with him in Grace and Frankie.
Yes.
Right? guys, gals, and non-binary gingerbread pals, we are no longer having a true, genuine Shakespeare's shameless self-promotion happy hour conversation here. No, we're just talking.
Yeah.
About it started as a thing about, oh, let's do a Comedy of Errors spoof. Oh, big business. Lily Tomlin, West Wing. That's all we're doing.
It's the circle.
This
It is.
different.
If you want, I could take it from West Wing right back to Shakespeare with the Henry VI play that he went to go see for.
It's a musical, Leo.
Park.
And it was only 3 hours. It's just like, wait, what? He's like, it's 3 hours of
And
singing.
it was all
I'm
of
like,
War of the Roses. I'm sorry, what?
it's just like Henry
You
VI
dragged the
Part
whole-
1.
A Secret Service agent. You know what? The show's been out for forever. The Secret Service agent died for them to see a subpar show about the War of the Roses.
Also, actually, he died partly in order for the arc, but also, I mean, for CJ and everything. So basically, he was fridged. It was a reverse fridging. He was fridged for CJ. So CJ could have character development. And the president said, "You're lying about crime, man. I don't know." That's when I decided to kick your ass. Great line. But also, Mark Harmon was fridged so he could go do NCIS.
NCIS. Yeah, but still, like, okay. So,
No.
sorry,
I
I
get it.
liked him more than Danny. I did.
But Danny Concannon, by the way, Danny Concannon. All right. I have a soapbox I have to do right here. All right. So, it used to be in this world of ours, in this world of entertainment, that the nice guy, the persistent guy, the guy who won't take no for an answer, that's who you want to be, just so long as you're a nice guy. And Danny Concannon was presented that way on The West Wing. By the way, played ably by Timothy Busfield. Love him. Now, what they did with Danny Concannon is they combined all that persistence and not taking no for an answer, etc., with absolutely taking no for an answer. He did accept no from CJ, and he completely believed in consent. And that is why the CJ and Danny Concannon storyline, our ongoing arc over 7 seasons in The West Wing, is beautiful, because it is a relationship built on respect and consent. And at several points, she's just grabbing him to make out, and he's weird. And he's like, I don't know what to think about this. I enjoy this, but I feel weird. And so that is why mamas and dads raise a nice boy who also accepts no for an answer. There you go. Thank you. Danny Concannon.
Who also knew his limit, because at some point he actually said, he's like, I just want to be able to talk.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. He's like, I want to know where we're going, CJ. And it wasn't like, and he wasn't trying to stop her career in any way, shape, or form. It's just, I want to know what is happening. Are we putting on the brakes? Or are you going? Because if you tell me to wait for forever, I will. But if you're just going to leave me twisting in the wind, I'm not going to wait. And it's just like, but he also says to her, he will wait for forever if that is what she tells him to do. It's just like, oh, my heart. Yeah.
See, there are people that love that. And then there's people that are like, Josh really deserved Amy, and Amy really deserved Josh.
Josh and Donna should not have gotten together, by the way, other than as a one-night stand, because Donna totally jumps him on the campaign. But they should not have gotten together because Josh was not worthy.
No.
For a little while they were setting it up that Josh could be worthy. He's just like, if you had a broken, he goes, if you were in the hospital, I wouldn't stop to have a beer. And she said, if you were in the hospital, I wouldn't stop for red lights. And it's like, oh, and then he goes to the hospital in Germany. This is West Wing talk, by the way.
No,
On Shakespeare's coffee break. He
He
goes to the hospital in
Jason
Germany.
Isaacs, okay,
And he's got to
I like
compete with Jason freaking
Isaacs.
Isaacs. I'm sorry. Who do you find hotter? I'm so sorry. I'm putting this purely on the superficial. Donatella Marie Moss. Look at me back in 2000. Look at me back in 2003 or 4, whenever that episode was. Donatella Moss. You're honestly going to go with Bradley Whitford, who I've met and is a very nice guy. You're going to go with Bradley Whitford over Jason Isaacs? Really?
Jason Isaacs.
Really?
He treated her so well, and then there's Josh.
He was also in the hospital in Germany. He also went to the hospital in Germany.
Like, ew. Okay, and this is not Amy Gardner.
Oh, she and Josh totally.
Fantastic, like, character. I love
Yeah.
her, and there was not enough of her in that show.
No, there was not. But that was in part because Mary Stuart Masterson had other obligations.
I think she was busy winning a Tony.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, like she was doing something. Yeah,
but she was so good, and I'm like,
Mhm.
that is who Josh deserved.
Also, the whole let's go to Hawaii. We're not going to Hawaii. Josh is like doing the whole freak out thing for the first time with her, and had they stayed together, or even just like started coming back together on the campaign and everything.
Mhm.
And then when he does it again after Santos wins, spoiler alert, Santos wins. Season 7, it's amazing. After Santos wins, and he's freaking out again, she's like, okay, we've been here before. And just like, even just take that attitude. But on the other hand, I love that they do not get together. Basically, no, Josh, missed your shot, buddy. And she's now high up in the Santos administration, having to basically now do what Josh did 8 years ago of argue against people who were you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, okay, now you have power. You have to learn how to do power instead of arguing up against power. And just like, and can you maintain those? And you can see that, and it's only like 1 or 2 scenes towards the end of the series, but you can see that playing out. Like, oh crap! And now I have to disappoint the people I used to argue for. This is, and it's just like, it's so good. It's so good.
Long story short,
In the West,
great show.
Great show. It is my 3rd favorite television program. Yes. All right. Quick pop quiz. What are your favorite television programs? Top 5.
Do we include miniseries?
Sure. Why not?
Okay.
Miniseries of how many episodes?
7?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to go West Wing. I'm going to say MASH.
Oh, yeah.
Queen's Gambit. Veep.
Never seen it.
And there's one in here that's going to kill me, and I'm forgetting what it is.
Star Trek Voyager?
Da Vinci's Demons, which not enough people saw, and it's a tragedy that it got discontinued.
All right. Very good. Excellent. There's 5 suggestions for you, audience, from Claire. TJ!
There's an old sitcom, like the first American sitcom to be presented in a half-hour format or something like that, starring Bruce Campbell, called Jack of All Trades, where he plays a spy in Palau and fights Napoleon, played by Vern Troyer. It's a great time. Jack of All Trades, starring Bruce Campbell. That's definitely up there on the list. Star Trek Voyager. I always go back to West Wing, also up there. Obviously, Queen's Gambit. And I don't know if I could name a 5th. I think I would just stick with those, and then the 5th is whatever I happen to be into right now.
And the 5th, whatever color it please God. All right, very good. And all right, for me, top 5 are number 1. I'm sorry, no, let me start with number 5. There we go. Number 5 shall be I really enjoyed it. I'm going to say number 5 is Star Trek Lower Decks. Only 1 season so far, but holy smoke, was that amazing. Number 4 is Superstore. We're very modern shows right now, but we're in a golden age of television right now, people. Superstore. Number 3, Star Trek The Next Generation. the program that really made me fall in love with the entire franchise. I love Star Trek. I love at least aspects of every single one of the series, if not each series itself. The movies, love them. Some of them suck, yep, but you know what? You're allowed to say aspects or parts of the thing that you love are terrible. Number 2, The West Wing, and number 1, The Good Place. It is quite simply the best half hour of American television, for my money, that has ever been made. It's smart, it's funny, it's ridiculously unusual, and it's about something. And so, yeah, it's amazing. So go watch it. The Good Place. Go do. Oh my gosh. Jay Rinker says there are very few TV series that she's seen. McCloud's Daughters was interesting for being a bit episodic soap opera-ish. Watched all of House. Monk. Oh, Monk is great. Many episodes of NCIS from the library. She says Sherlock is the most recent fave watching White Collar. Yeah, Sherlock would be a very strong number 6. Possibly fighting it out for number 5 with Superstore for me.
Honestly, House is my favorite Sherlock Holmes adaptation. Not gonna lie.
I enjoy it, but it's not like crazy up there for me. Elementary I'd put above House. But my single favorite Sherlock Holmes adaptation are the 2 RDJ movies.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I just because he's vaguely ridiculous. I'm like,
I love Rachel McAdams as the woman,
as Irene. Oh my god, and they do her dirty. They do her dirty in Game of Shadows. They do her so dirty in Game of Shadows. Yeah, there's finally going to be a third. There's finally going to be a third one. Finally, going to be a third one in 2022.
Well, it's not like he has been occupied doing other things.
Well, it was supposed to happen this year, but then COVID. So, yeah. But they are in pre-production for Sherlock Holmes, whatever the title will be for the third one. The Sherlock Holmes, the third one. Yeah, I would love to see them somehow bring back the woman. I would love to see them bring back Moriarty. I just want to just like, come on, let's do it. Let's do the hits. And or it could be a whole bunch of the standalone adventures in one movie, like Case of the Speckled Band. Let's give that 15 minutes. The Hound of the Baskervilles. Let's give it 15 minutes of just going through, but everything's building. And then there's Moriarty, just pulling a total Blofeld from Spectre. I, Mr. Holmes, am the creator of all your pain. It's just like, what? Why do you have a cat now, Moriarty? That's weird. Why not, Moriarty? But anyway, oh my gosh, did you have a good time tonight?
We did, yeah.
I love talking with you two, especially about nonsense, especially like when we're just all over the place. But we've had music tonight. We've had fun conversation. We've had you in the comments, dear friends. So thank you so very much for watching. Claire and TJ are the Zenith players, and you can go follow them on Facebook, facebook.com/Zenith players. Donate to them, help keep live theater alive, help keep the lights on, pay for all their various streaming services by going to zenithplayers.com/donations.php. Go do it. And then they have Wheel of Shakespeare Part 2, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also follow Claire on TikTok at Kit Kat Monster. Watch her eat Kit Kats in the most appropriate ways possible. And just because I'm really proud of this little bit of art, go do that. Go, see? TJ made the Wheel of Shakespeare thing and then put it in the woods. And then I added a star field because why not? I feel like, and what I did is I just took the little Zenith sign in the corner and I blew it up. That's what I did because I know how to do PowerPoint. I know because this is the dumbest show ever. Also, so go do that. And friends, if you want to throw anything into the tip jar for this show again, you can do so by going to coffee.com/Shakespeare or patreon.com/Shakespeare and become a patron. Tier start at $3, go all the way up to $30. Everybody gets the same rewards right now. And I do hope that you enjoy the show. Finally, you can join me tomorrow night on Pixelwick, the virtual Ren Fair. The doors open at 7 p.m. I'm performing at 7:30 and 9:30 in the Spendthrift Tavern. I'll be doing Romeo and Juliet, the Flying Implement of Doom Edition, and Julius Caesar, Beware the Ides of March of the Penguins. Join me for that. And then Saturday and Sunday at the Smithville Renaissance Fair in beautiful Absecon, New Jersey, about a half an hour away from Atlantic City. So come out and join. It is a New Jersey Renaissance Fair production. Oh, and John Konofsky yells toast. We forgot to do toast. But he says, on Friday, forget binging TV or settling with a dull flick. Instead, join Shakespeare in the virtual Renfest Pixelwick. Oh my gosh. We're supposed to say that as a rhyming couplet. Toast on Friday. Forget about binging TV or settling with a dull flick. Instead, join Shakespeare, the virtual Renfest Pixelwick. There you go. Janine Rinker says she feels that both Moriarty and Sherlock are probably cat people. Oh, yeah, I see. That's high probability. Yeah, I would say so. And finally, a toast. TJ or Claire, do either of you have a toast?
I have a toast to paraphrase William Shakespeare in honor of his birthday. To Shakespeare.
In honor of his birthday. To Shakespeare.
I drink to the general joy of the whole internet.
And then I will also use a toast from Shakespeare. I drink.
Perfect. Excellent.
Beautiful.
Indeed.
My favorite toast.
I know, right? Claire, do you have a toast?
Yes. To all of the people who have been working to get us back to work, but especially you, Dolly Parton. Thank you.
To Dolly Parton, yeah. Oh, working 9 to 5, and also you probably extended hours, everyone out there. So, friends, thank you so much. I love you. You love me. There is mutual glorious affection. I will see you tomorrow night. Claire and TJ, they will see you Saturday night. I will hopefully see you Saturday and Sunday, and we're going to have a great time. The show went long. I got to run. I got to get in a car and go to my sister-in-law's house.
Drive
All right.
safe.
So, bye-bye, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.